and welcome to Medieval England News. We come to you tonight from the Tower of London, where we will have two spokespeople, Roger Lebigod on behalf of the barons, and that guy that serves the king on behalf of the king. We will be conducting the interview with the baron from Sussex, and we will be talking to the Kingsguard from right here in the Tower of London. So, here we go to Roger.
Are we live? Hello? I can't... yes, I can hear them. Yes, well, before I begin, I really must stress that I'm not the Earl of Sussex, as you say. I am, in fact, the Earl of Norfolk. I think that's important to get that across to the viewers before we begin. But now, there are a number of problems that we have with the royal household at the moment. A number of very large problems, in fact. No, I think really one of our chief concerns with the royal household, as it stands, is their increasing influence and interference, really, with the church. We as barons believe that there should be no royal interference with the church, as it stands today, in fact.
Yes, I think we can all agree that the king's treatment of the church has been above and beyond his station. Roger, could you please tell us what you think? We've heard rumors at the studio that the king is selling off noble widows to the merchant class. What is your what is the baron's take on this?
Yes, well, we do have some other concerns regarding marriage at the moment. Although I don't want you to get confused, or anybody watching this to get confused that this is about the rights of women. I mean, that's ludicrous. It's nothing to do with the rights of the weaker sex. Of course not. That would be entirely unchristian. It is, in fact, to do with marrying the noble classes off to people beneath them. We are sick and tired of the king interfering in the private lives of citizens of England and deciding who widowed women should marry. We think that should absolutely be stopped as soon as possible.
Very interesting, Roger. What about the fact that your barons are being thrown in jail without cause and kept there without access to a trial?
Well, yes, I mean, on that note, I mean, the king has proved himself time and again to completely run roughshod over the lives of ordinary citizens of this country. So we demand that in the event of a problem with justice, that each free man should be tried by a jury of 12 men, of his peers, of course. The trial should be swift. No free man should be kept inside the holding cells, imprisoned without a trial. So let's get it done, rather more quickly than we are, I think.
Roger, we here at the station have heard that the king is taxing you up to £100. We're wondering, what is your feeling on that? Is this all just a rumor?
Well, yes, absolutely. Of course, this is one of our main concerns. The king has, for many years now, been squandering his tax money on ludicrous wars with the French, wars that we never seem to win or gain anything from. So we demand now, from now on, any new taxation raised in this realm shall only be raised legally through us. The king must seek permission from a council of barons before any new taxes can be imposed. I think this is fair not only for us, but for all the ordinary common people of this land.
Right. So, Roger, what do the barons propose? How can you assure us that the king will be following these laws that you put in place?
Well, yes, I think it's very important that we, as barons, of noblemen of this realm, try as much as we can to rein in the powers of the king. And so we are asking to establish a very simple council of 25 barons who can be consulted and advise the king on his next move. We can't just allow one man to make all the decisions.
Thank you for having me here tonight. As you know, I speak on behalf of the king. Mostly. I mean, unless it's wrong, in which case then it was me that said it. Anyway, I hear what the Baron of wherever he's from has to say, but he's forgetting that we're trying to fight 3 different wars. One in Wales, one in Ireland, and there's always that real jerk France. The king has to pay for these somehow. Don't you want more land? Don't you want more territory? How's he gonna do that? He's gotta sell off these noble widows to merchants. Who else is gonna pay for them? I mean, their dowry's not worth anything anymore, and they've already had kids most of the time, so what's the point, right? Also, having a speedy trial, is that really something we need? I mean, the prisons are nice. You get 1 pot of gruel a day. I can't imagine that you need anything more than that. It's absolutely ridiculous to demand these things of the great regent of our country. On top of that, and speaking of that, doesn't everybody think the church is a little too big for its britches? I mean, doesn't John get to do anything without having to check the church? Can't he just sell their lands for money if they're not using them? He was excommunicated after all. I mean, if they're going to toss him out on the street, why can't he get some profit out of it? These demands are just absolutely ridiculous, and they're truly undermining our monarchy. This is going to be the death of the nation if we let the barons have these powers. It's king first, and it should be king last.
Well, excellent. It's fascinating to hear from both of you. I sure hope that king's representative doesn't get his head chopped off like the last one. I just want to remind all our viewers at home that this debate is definitely not talking about peasants. I think we can all agree that peasants are disgusting, and that serfs are absolutely put in their place. This is definitely all about free noblemen who are hoping to maintain their status, but definitely not those dirty peasants. Thank you to both guests, and we are signing off here from the Tower of London.